Everybody, okay, welcome back. Today's Takes with Alex, and I am your host, Alex. But what do we have in the cooker for today? Well, we're talking about redemption, okay? Geulah, the Jewish concept of redemption explained. So, shalom, welcome back, and I hope everyone's doing well, thriving today. It's Wednesday, which means um, we are halfway through the work week. And I just want to welcome you to this exploration. One of the most central and inspiring ideas in Jewish thought, Geulah, or redemption. We've been talking about Passover and what it means, what it symbolizes, what the time of the year brings in terms of spiritual energy, spiritual potential, harnessing it, using it, being aligned with it, and embodying it and bringing it into our everyday lives. So the Hebrew word geula comes from the root meaning to redeem or to restore to its rightful owner. It appears throughout the Torah, from the dramatic exodus from Egypt to the prophet's visions of a future era of peace and closeness to God. Today we're going to look at what the classical sources teach about redemption, both the historic redemption we celebrate every Passover and the ultimate future Geulah that Jewish tradition has awaited for centuries. And I don't think it's exclusively the Jewish tradition. I think every tradition talks about a redemption time, and it's important because the redemption is for the entire world. It is for each and every one of us to partake in, to help establish, and to enjoy, because that is where we are in our collective history. So we'll keep it grounded in traditional teachings, clear for beginners, and respectful of the depth of the concept. So let's begin. The foundational story of Geulah in the Torah is the redemption from Egypt, known as Yetziat Mitrayim. In the book of Exodus, God tells Moses, "I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will deliver you from their bondage, and I will redeem you with an outstretched arm and with great judgments." The sages identified four expressions of redemption here. I will bring you out, I will deliver you, I will redeem you, and I will take you to me as a people. These became the basis for the 4 cups of wine we drink at the Passover Seder, each marking a stage in the process of moving from slavery to freedom. This wasn't just physical liberation from hard labor, it was a national birth. The moment the children of Israel transitioned from a family of slaves into a free people bound in covenant with God at Mount Sinai. The Exodus became the eternal model and prototype for all future redemptions. The prophets often describe the final Geulah as mirroring the first one, but on an even greater scale, with wonders that will make the Exodus seem small by comparison. Redemption, in Jewish tradition, has both personal and national dimensions. On the national level, Geulah refers to the ingathering of the exiles, the return of the Jewish people to their land, the rebuilding of the temple in Yerushalayim, and the coming of Mashiach, a righteous descendant of King David, who will lead the world into an era where the knowledge of God will fill the earth as the waters cover the sea. Maimonides, in his Mishnah Torah, codifies belief in the coming of Mashiach and the redemption as one of the fundamental principles of Jewish faith. He describes a time of peace when wars cease, the Jewish people live securely in their land, according to Torah, and humanity as a whole recognizes the one God. On the personal level, redemption can mean freeing oneself from inner exile, from habits, fears, or spiritual disconnection that keep us from living fully in alignment with our soul's purpose. The classic Hasidic teaching beautifully illustrates this with a wordplay. The Hebrew for exile is Geulah. Add the silent letter Aleph, which stands for the Alufo Shel Olam, the master of the universe, and it becomes Geulah. So it goes from Geulah to Geulah. When we draw awareness of God into our daily lives, even the most mundane moments become redeemed. The process of Geulah is often described as gradual, not always sudden. In the Exodus, redemption unfolded in stages, leaving the burdens of slavery, being delivered from oppression, being redeemed with signs and wonders, and finally being taken as God's people. Many teachers apply this to the final redemption as well. It can involve physical return to the land of Israel, spiritual awakening through teshuvah, or repentance, and collective acts of goodness that tip the scales toward redemption, as the Talmud and later sources teach. One famous idea is that performing even a single mitzvah with the right intention can bring merit for the individual and the entire world. The relationship between repentance and redemption has been discussed by the sages. Some emphasize that national teshuvah, repentance, will hasten the Geulah, while others highlight God's unconditional love that can bring redemption even if the people are not yet fully worthy. In every generation, the call is to live as if redemption could arrive at any moment, with hope, responsibility, and active preparation through Torah, mitzvah observance, commandments, and ethical living. What will the world of Geulah look like? The prophets paint a picture of universal peace. Nations will beat their swords into plowshares. There will be no more hunger or war, and the temple will serve as a house of prayer for all peoples. It is not an escape from the world, but its elevation, a time when the material and spiritual are perfectly aligned, and God's presence is openly felt. Importantly, this redemption is not only for the Jewish people. While the Jewish nation returns to its homeland and its covenantal role, the ultimate Geulah benefits all humanity, bringing justice, knowledge of God, and harmony to creation. It is the rectification of the brokenness we see in the world, a cosmic tikkun, or repair. In our time, many see sparks of redemption in the ingathering of exiles, the rebirth of Jewish life in the land of Israel after centuries of dispersion, and growing movements of return to Torah observance. At the same time, the tradition teaches us not to calculate exact dates, but to live with active anticipation through prayer, study, and deeds of goodness that help bring the redemption closer. Whether on the national or personal scale, Geulah reminds us that exile and brokenness are never the final word. Every act of kindness, every moment of sincere prayer, every choice to elevate the ordinary can peel away layers of concealment and reveal more light. Geulah is more than a future event. It is a lens through which we view history, our daily lives, and our highest aspirations. It teaches that God is actively involved in redemption, that our choices matter, and that the world is moving toward a time of ultimate healing and closeness to the divine. If this exploration spoke to you, share in the comments your answer to which aspect of Geulah resonates most with you: the historic exodus, the personal inner redemption, or the future messianic vision. How do you see sparks of redemption in your own life or in the world today? And when we talk about redemption, when we talk about tshuva, repentance specifically, we have to remember that each small step that we take to rectify our own personality, our own habits, our own inclinations, right? Most of us know what's right, what's wrong. And so if we engage in activities or habits or mindsets or whatever it may be that bring us away from living, aligned, peaceful lives, we have to take conscientious steps and, exert ourselves to make peace with it. Whatever, and that is what Mitrayim represents. Mitrayim represents these things that, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, whatever it is that is kind of chaining us to living disaligned or unaligned lives, the that effort, that conscientious effort, is what kind of breaks the chains for us, and allows us to not be chained. Okay, now not being chained is one thing. Okay, and then going from there, moving toward whatever it is that's going to bring you more completeness, more personal fulfillment. Right, that's another step. Right, just because we let go of these things doesn't mean we're all automatically redeemed. That's just the yitzia. But once we are moving away from those things, right? The verse says, "Sur meirav yaseh tov." Distance yourself from evil and do good. So distance yourself from evil. Okay, that's step one. Okay, now I'm in this neutral place. Okay, next, yaseh tov, do good. And so whatever it is that you were doing before, or thinking before, or feeling before, now we have to work towards establishing a new paradigm, a new reality where we attach ourselves to the good things that help us grow and help us again reach a state of personal fulfillment. So go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends. I appreciate your support. Wishing everyone a great day, much success, much blessing. Okay, everyone be blessed, and wishing everyone a happy Passover, happy Easter, happy time and season of redemption. Um, Looking forward to seeing you guys on the other side of this this major moment here. So, all the best. Thank you again, and talk soon.